Corporate crime cannot exist in this country without the help of government.
I would describe my book as an investigation of a very politically influential company that became so arrogant that eventually it got caught in a way that it could not get out of, and how the government responded.
Legitimizing illegal activities, Daniel Midland and their relationship with Castro. Young Elian Gonzalez got in the way. Castro said, I want him back. Wayne Andrews said, we'll deliver. That's just about the relationship they have is two dictators sitting down and said, what do you want? I'll give you something, you give me something. Wayne Andrews said, I own the Justice Department. They will get what they want from government. The rule of law did not exist. It was the rule of the jungle.
During the course of my research and my writing, there were threats made against me and my family. If ADM did not have its extraordinary power, its extraordinary relationship with the government, it would not exist as the huge multinational company.
ADM have a condominium complex up in Bow Harbor where preferential terms were given for condominiums for Bob Dole and for Bob Strauss of Republican Party and Democrat respectively. They lined the pockets of both parties. And it wasn't just the Clinton administration, it's in the Bush administration too. And because the communist Chinese were effectively bribing the Clinton administration and getting national security information in exchange, that the Chinese helped Castro extort the cooperation of Clinton.
We have a history in the United States of having Soviet agents infiltrating the White House. It's quite conceivable that there were people in the Clinton administration who had communist sympathies, Castro sympathies.
Hillary Clinton, according to a former friend of mine, now deceased, sadly, Barbara Olson, worked for a communist law firm in New York. Some people believe that Hillary Clinton is a communist.
We have all of these liberal, humanitarian Americans who have nothing but the greatest admiration and sympathy for the man.
And if Castro were understood to be a man of the reactionary left, then 1/3 of the Congress of the United States would not be in bed with him.
But I guarantee you that every single member of Congress knows ADM very, very well, because ADM is always passing money around Washington.
When congressmen and senators would come to visit, they would get a little walk-around envelope, the manager told me, and it would have $5,000 cash in it. Dwayne believes in the golden rule. Those that have the gold make the rule. So he brings all the cash to the table.
And when it became important to Fidel Castro, get this child back to Cuba, ADM pulled every string it could and utilized all of its high-powered tools to make that possible.
The Clinton administration, in particular the Immigration and Naturalization Service, Janet Reno and Doris Meisner, as part of the Justice Department, was collaborating, was actually coordinating press events and legal actions with the Castro regime. The fraud had been perpetrated on the court. That in fact, Elian's father wanted the boy to remain here. That the Clinton administration knew that the father wanted the boy to remain here, but they had covered that up. And in fact, they gave the impression that the father wanted the boy to return to Cuba.
Collaboration, I think, in an effort to get this thing settled to the satisfaction of Fidel Castro and of the White House. The nature of the raid, to me, proved the basic injustice of what the Justice Department was trying to do. Whatever motivation the White House and its agencies decide to do is extremely difficult to stop. And so it means that we need to be ever attentive to what is happening in the Oval Office and make sure that its motivations are correct to the extent we possibly can. And when they're not, vote the troublemaker out of office so that he does not abuse the system, as was the case in the situation of Elian Gonzalez.
The first casualty in dealing with Archer's Daniel Midland is the truth. They will mess with your business. They did ours. Before people take them on, they have to weigh the consequences of fighting this big 800-pound gorilla. It's dangerous, and you better be prepared because they will come after you. In most cases, they use the government to come after you, and that's very shameful. You know, everybody says, well, the Democrats did it or the Republicans did it. No, this is America. We let it happen. Permissiveness is a destructive force, and corporate America runs the country, not the people.